I saw this article from Windows Central posted on here, and apparently they say Xbox is preparing for next gen with a ton of new features for game developers. Now, the author of this article, I don't know if it's Jess Corden or so, writes a little bit about it, and oh yeah, it's Jess. And what's really interesting is the comment on the bottom. I don't think they read the article. The first comment says, so they're trying to fix things that already work well on the Xbox console platform on their PC app because they're abandoning the console platform for Windows. I'm sure this is going to go smoothly. Now, Max Mini, I don't know where you concluded that from, because when I look at this, it's trying to implement a few things that are already there and expand and broaden a few other things. I don't know why many people interpret any improvement that Xbox is doing as leaving the console. Your console is a freaking PC. It just gave you a UI and a modified kernel. Can you all please just, let that sink in for a little bit? So, Jez writes, a variety of new Xbox dev tools to boost Play Anywhere is coming to play. And this is more of a marketing thing because there's already an established 30 million Xbox consoles from this generation out there, probably another 50 or so million from the other series of consoles. If you're a small developer, it's probably prudent that you make your game available across a wide range of devices. If you can get your game on the PS4, get it on the PS4. If you can get it on the Xbox One, the Series, the PS5, PC, via Steam, good old games everywhere. The more your game is out there, the more likely it is for you to pretty much get the awareness that you need to sell. So things like Microsoft's new game input API unifies all keyboard, mouse, Xbox gamepad, and even custom controller models into a single unified interface. So what this is more than likely going to do is pretty much going to get it where if your game is, able to support mouse and keyboard and controller functionality, you're probably going to be in a position where you can go ahead and, program your game to deal with all of the different features that you want. This is something that's a good thing. Max Mini, it doesn't necessarily have to translate to that they're abandoning the console platform. You have to learn to interpret things the way that they actually are to benefit the customer, not just the script that they are abandoning the console platform for Windows. The so-called console platform is built on Windows. The kernel is there. It's a Windows kernel. If there was no Windows kernel, there won't be the current Xbox that you have. But I digress. Which Microsoft says is designed for low latency and thread safety, including render threads, with both polling and event-driven callbacks. I have no idea what the flip that even means. This new API brings Xbox's keyboard interface into full parity with Windows and should allow developers to deliver a more consistent keyboard, mouse, and gamepad experience across devices on a single code base. It reduces the headaches for Xbox Play Anywhere games, much like this next feature. World of Warcraft, Baldur's Gate 3, a lot of these games that are Pillars of Eternity, and even potentially developers who want to be able to allow for you to have those support pieces on your game. The FIFA games have mouse and keyboard control on PC. The Mortal Kombat games have mouse and keyboard controls on a PC. These are nice features to be able to have across the board. Gives you more options, and you can elect not to use it. And I've seen some people say, that mouse and keyboard users are a problem for controller users. Stop insulting controller users. I've seen some controller users that literally went on PC, plugged the controller in, played with PC gamers, and smoked them. You're just basically wanting to be petty, and you've forgotten that gaming was all about competence and people able to prove their skill just because you want to say something weird. Stop it. Another piece of this is PlayFab game saves. Microsoft announced PlayFab game saves a short while ago, and it's essentially an extension of its Xbox Cloud Save feature, which brings Steam into the party as well. Some games, like Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, support cross-platform save files between PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and so on, using bespoke systems. Microsoft's PlayFab game save system is offering to take some of the load off of developers handling save file progression between Steam, Xbox, and other ecosystems on their behalf. The service handles a file sync and conflict resolution, supports offline play, and is currently available in preview via the PlayFab Game Manager. If this goes into play, this absolutely will make a lot of games just easier to play across different marketplaces. What a lot of folk haven't necessarily realized is one thing that really makes gamers that resonates with gamers is when you're more pro consumer gamers they're just there. They will spend more money. Now, in some cases, I think what's happened is a negative feedback that some gamers are just sharks and whales. I said sharks and whales, and will just spend money on anything. So a lot of companies have dialed into that feedback, but some are now diving into the fact that if you just make things better for your customers, they will happily patronize you. And I think that's what we're seeing right now in this particular regard, where you have these companies coming out with ways to help their customer enjoy their experience. That whole cross-buy thing that we saw on PlayStation, if it's not a reality and just a gag, PlayStation would have missed out on a very solid opportunity. And this is something that can really help them and help sell their games. Let me give you an example. Let's say a PlayStation game does not launch day and date on PC. Let's just say it doesn't, right? Let's say Marvel Wolverine is going to launch later on PC. But if I buy a copy on PlayStation and I have the ability for cross-buy or cross-save when the game launches on PC, I am likely to double dip into that game. In fact, even if they don't give me play anywhere, I am still likely to double dip into that game as my progression will still follow me. Are you seeing exactly what's going on here? Because that's one thing people don't necessarily understand. The double dipping is based on the fact that, man, I don't like when I buy, when you buy a game on PC, thankfully they're 100% save files, right? So you can basically unlock all kinds of stuff and play end game and all the above. But it's nice to have your own progression follow you anywhere. And Xbox is at the forefront of this stuff. As much as the nonsense interpretations, and, Max Mini, I will pick on you, on your claims anyways, that they're abandoning the console platform is the way that you're seeing this. And I'm sure this is going to go smoothly. Sarcastic piece is not taking into account the benefits that the customer can actually glean from this. Xbox Game Package Manager says the Xbox Game Package Manager is a new app designed to help developers streamline. This was actually talked about. Somebody sent me a video of this a while ago. To streamline their game upload process to the Xbox ecosystem. The new app supports both XVC, which is Xbox, and MSI XVC PC packaging from the game's loose files, and then uploads via browser-based authentication. It also supports multiple languages and multi-team workflows. This package manager should improve the workflows for developers. This is already a thing, targeting play anywhere, instead of multiple tool services, and in some cases, teams working towards validating separate versions of the game. The new package manager gets everything ready in a unified interface. This should hopefully streamline the process developers have to undertake to get XPA working properly without errors on Xbox and PC. This is already a thing. This, as the previous process, multiplied potential points of failure, leading to errors and potential pitfalls. This is already a thing. The Xbox Package Manager also has a validator auto-update function, which ensures developers always have the most up-to-date rule sets, which should speed up clarification patching. This is already a thing. ARM64 and x64 executables. In the latest GDK, developers can now declare ARM64 and x64 attributes within a single build. Wow! That's insane. Enabling native ARM device performance within a single package. Microsoft has been gradually working towards native Windows gaming on ARM devices, and this seems part of the effort. Cross-platform gaming runtime. Microsoft has now surfaced the Xbox API for developers who want their games to be able to call into the Xbox authentication and social features while being installed on other platforms like Steam. Devs might want to use it to support cross-platform co-op session on PC and other devices, or indeed, this is already a thing. Gotham Knights has this and some other games. But yeah, I can't see anything, wrong in trying to do this, which makes developers' lives easier and more than likely creates a benefit for gamers. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching the video. Peace out.